Yeah, okay. Thank you. Welcome everyone in today's editorial session. Okay. Uh, the title of the editorial, please scroll. Yeah. The title of the editorial is An Avoidable Crisis. Uh, let's read the headline paragraph. On the Nancy Pelosi Taiwan visit, China and the US don't want a conflict, but their actions are not serving their cause. Okay, so let me give a brief summary that on which topic this editorial is based. Yeah. So this editorial is based on China and USA, China and Taiwan relation. USA, China and Taiwan relation. There was an incident happened just yesterday that Nancy Pelosi landed in Taiwan despite getting warning from China's head Xi Jinping that China's military will attack if Pelosi land in Taiwan. Okay, but still, Nancy Pelosi landed in Taiwan. So the editorial is talking about this crisis. Okay, so it's written there on the Nancy Pelosi's Taiwan visit, China and the US don't want a conflict. What is the policies of China and US says that they both don't want a conflict, but what are their actions are not serving their cause. Not serving their cause meaning that that they are not defending their statement that they won't conflict. Okay, please scroll. Okay. The visit to Taiwan by the US House Speaker and veteran Democrat politician Nancy Pelosi has risked triggering a fourth Taiwan Strait crisis and a dangerous escalation amid already worsening relations between the world's two biggest powers. Okay. So first, it is talking about that who is Nancy Pelosi. Nancy Pelosi is the House Speaker of US. She is the third most important person in the politics of US after the president and vice presidents of US. She comes from the party that is Democrat politician, and her landing in Taiwan has risked triggering a fourth Taiwan Strait crisis. What is the fourth? It is called the fourth Taiwan Strait crisis because there are three crises that is already in existence. The first crisis was in 1955, which was happened in People Republics of China and Republics of China, that is China and Taiwan respectively. And the second crisis was in 1958 between the parties of both the countries, and the third crisis was in 1995 and 96. That was basically a missile tests conducted by China surrounding the water of Taiwan. So scroll out the next paragraph. Yeah. Miss Pelosi is the highest-ranking U.S. official to visit Taiwan in 25 years, the first by a House Speaker since Newt Gingrich's trip in 1997. Okay, so it was after Mrs. Pelosi is the highest-ranking U.S. official to visit Taiwan in 25 years. It is saying that in the history of 25 years. The US was, however, sending some officials to Taiwan for agreements for talking, but it was in year 1997 when Newt Gingrich, who was a speaker of US, visited to Taiwan, and after that, it is Madam Pelosi only who, being a very prominent leader in USA, visiting to Taiwan. That visit took place in the aftermath of the third Taiwan Strait crisis when China conducted missile tests in response to then Taiwan President Lee Teng-hui visiting. Okay, that visit took place in the aftermath. Yeah. Newt Gingrich's trip in 1997 was the visit which took place in the aftermath of the third Taiwan Strait crisis. As I already told that the third Taiwan crisis occurred in the year of 1995 and 1996. The issue was the missile tests conducted by China. So after that, Taiwan President Ling Hui visiting the US in a phone call on July 28. In a phone call on July 28, US President Biden sought to assure his counterpart, Xi Jinping, that the US policy has not changed. But that does not seem to be the view in Beijing, as China's foreign ministry put it on August 2. In its view, Washington, going back to the days of the Trump administration. Okay, let me explain this. In a phone call on July 28, uh, a online meeting happened on the date of July 28 when Biden, representing USA, and Xi Jinping, representing China, talked with each other. USA said that US policy has not changed. To understand this, we must know that what is the USA's policy towards China. Okay, so to know this, I would like to introduce some points that is from history that will help us smoothly understanding this article. That what is basically China and Taiwan conflict. China and Taiwan conflict starts from 1972. It is basically starts from 1949 when the Communist Party of China came into existence, and which made the Kuomintang Party fled away from China and placed it into Taiwan. So from 1949, the politics of China and Taiwan got separated. From that, the Kuomintang Party in Taiwan came out with so many reforms in Taiwan, and in the year of 1972, USA came with a policy that is One China policy, and in 1979, USA made an agreement with China that China supports One China policy, means Taiwan is a part of China only. Okay, so that was the US policy, which US is saying that US policy has not changed. Okay, but that does not seem to be the view in Beijing. But what is the incident nowadays? Incident yesterday is not supporting it. USA's statement that that USA's policy is not changed. As China's foreign ministry put it on August 2, in its view, Washington, going back to the days of the Trump administration, please scroll, has been gradually hollowing out its One China policy. Yeah, as I said about One China policy. So what happened yesterday? Madam Pelosi landed to Taiwan. Then China's head Xi Jinping stated that what was the policy of Trump? The policy of Trump, who clearly supported One China policy. Now Biden is not supporting that One China policy. That is basically China tried to say. In the call, Mr. Xi warned Mr. Biden that those who play with fire will perish by it, and said he hoped that the US will be clear-eyed about the consequences. Yeah, as I said, when the online conference on July 28 happened, China clearly warned America that if USA sends Madam Pelosi to Taiwan, the consequences will be so harsher. So US will be clear-eyed about the consequences, means that USA must understand the consequences of it. Scroll it. Yeah. Beijing has responded by announcing military drills near Taiwan. More countermeasures could follow. Okay, so this sentence is saying that after Madam Pelosi landed in Taiwan, Beijing has responded by announcing military drills near Taiwan. Military drills means it's a kind of siren which was announced by China in hostility to this incident, that more countermeasures could follow. Yeah, China is about to. There are so many possibilities that China will show its hostility by taking some more measures that can affect Taiwan, USA, and China, or the world as a whole. This latest crisis comes at a time when China-US relations are already on edge. This explains why even officials in the Biden administration and the US military had called on Ms. Pelosi to reconsider. Yeah. So this latest crisis comes at a time when China-US relations are already in edge. China-US relations. When we see the today's politics, we see that China and USA are now becoming the two polars of the world, as at the time of after 1945 to 1991, how Cold War happened between the two polar of the world, that was USA and Russia. Now the same kind of thing we can see that yeah, USA is losing its hegemony and China is coming with a new prominent country in the world. So that's why China and USA's relation are coming on as it's becoming harsher. Okay. This explains why even officials in Biden administration and the US military had called on Ms. Pelosi to reconsider. Yeah. When USA planned or Ms. Pelosi planned to land into Taiwan, the politicians and Biden administration already warned Ms. Pelosi and said Ms. Pelosi to reconsider. Reconsider meaning to think again about something, to think again about going to Taiwan, right? So that is the sentence. Ironically, that prospect was likely diminished by China's stern public warnings, which all but ensured the trip would go ahead as a cancellation would have been politically costly for the Biden administration. Yeah. Ironically meaning opposite of what you really mean, as a joke, like on the call 28th July, China warned America. It gave so many statements and warning. So but when Miss Pelosi landed in Taiwan, nothing happened. Like China didn't attack on Miss Pelosi. So, and the second thing, the statement is saying that cancellation would have been politically costly for the Biden administration. Yeah. For Miss Pelosi, there was so many security. The management of the management of security was there in the region of Taiwan and China. So it would have been politically costly for the Biden administration to cancel the plan of Miss Pelosi. Okay. Domestic political considerations appear to be driving both sides. Domestic political considerations appear to be driving both sides into their respective corners in this entirely avoidable crisis. Mr. C, wait a second. Please wait a minute. Yeah. Yeah. This sentence is saying that domestic political considerations appear to be driving both sides into their respective corners in this entirely avoidable crisis. Yeah. So if you notice that the editor is saying avoidable crisis, and the title is also an avoidable crisis. Why the editor is using avoidable again and again? Just because if we see the world today, in the recent 5 years, what we faced three or four COVID stroke, and after that Russia-Ukraine crisis, the world is affected a lot. So this crisis must be avoided by both the countries. So the editor is emphasizing that. Mr. C is 3 months away from scroll it. Politically sensitive party Congress that will mark the start of his third term. Yeah, so Xi Jinping is going to start his third term in being the head of the China. White House officials have made the point that Ms. Pelosi represents a different branch of government, and members of Congress have traveled previously to Taiwan. Yeah, so White House officials justifying their action. White House officials made the point that Miss Pelosi represents a different branch of government, and members of Congress have traveled previously to Taiwan. that the visit appears to have been driven largely by Miss Pelosi, who has been sharply critical of China's policies in Tibet, Xinjiang, and Hong Kong, rather than by the Biden administration, has not appeared to have shocked Beijing. Yeah, so White House officials is saying that it was not they who persuaded Miss Pelosi to go to Taiwan, but Miss Pelosi's idea itself is that. Uh, is very critical to China's policy. That's why Miss Pelosi went to Taiwan for having a talk with Taiwan's political leaders. So it's a justification kind of thing given by the U.S. administration. A sharp response in Beijing's view. Scroll it. A sharp response in Beijing's view would dissuade other countries from engaging with Taiwan at higher political levels. Yeah, so this sentence is saying that if Beijing, if China takes steps to show hostility towards USA, if it responds very sharply, it will distort. Distort means distort is opposite to persuade, means to push something to do something. Distort means to push something, to push someone to not to do something. So if China shows hostility, the other countries must not won't improve its relationship with Taiwan. It will be a warning for other countries also. It may also burnish Mr. Xi's status at home. Yeah, if China shows if China don't show its hostility to USA, this will burnish Mr. Xi's status at home. At home means at his own country. The fact that neither side wants nor can afford a military confrontation may yet see the current tensions diffused, with each side walking away and claiming a show of strength for their domestic audiences. Wait for a minute. Yeah. Neither side wants nor can afford. Why the editor is saying this? Because neither side wants, neither USA nor China can afford a military confrontation. Because if it happens, see the Taiwan's geographical location. Taiwan's geographical location is in East China Sea, and it is a very crucial position regarding to the trade. So neither side want to have a conflict. So this is saying that. So both the sides are walking away from this this crisis and incident. Yeah, scroll it. Scroll it.
Please give chance others.
Wait. It's last para. The latest crisis has, however, made clear the perilous state of relations between the world's two biggest powers. It is unlikely to be the last. Yeah. So the latest crisis means the crisis that happened just yesterday, made clear the perilous state of relations. Perilous meaning it's very the relations between China and US is going harsher and harsher day by day. So and China is USA and are the two biggest powers, so their relationship are on the edge. It is unlikely to be the last. Yeah, these crises are unlikely to be the last, means this crisis is not the last crisis. This kind of incidents are very likely to happen in future also. So that's all the editorial was. Thank you. The tone of editorial, what I believe, is analytical completely, because it is analyzing incident and what are the future possibilities, the future consequences of this incident. So I believe the tone of editorial is analytical. Thank you. Okay, so the idioms and phrases. There are some idioms and phrases in the editorial. One was over the horizon. That means imminent or just becoming apparent. Yeah, phrasal verbs are there. Hit out means to criticize something or someone. Hollow out means to remove the inside of something. Put forward means to start in motion or go. Spatially. Rein in means to restrain or control something or someone. There are some foreign words used in the editorial. Ab origin means from the origin. Yeah. So anyone wants to say something on the topic on the editorial? On someone wants to keep his view, so they are welcome.
Yeah, I want to say one thing that you should give chance others to read it.
Shubham, it's a session, and that session will be uploaded on YouTube. And she come with preparation, and she don't want it to lose the flow. And after this session, everyone can read it. Try to participate every day. You will get how that session will work, and don't try to interrupt between them. Priyadarshini.
So anyone wants to keep his view on the topic, they are welcome. I'm done with that tutorial. Unfathomable. Would you like to say something?
Actually, I just joined, so I
Oh,
don't
yeah.
know. Yeah.
No worries. Actually, it's the first time when I host the editorial session, so there might be some mistakes or something. So please manage with that.
It's fine. From my point of view, tone of editorial is author is trying to analyze the uh, war between whatever happens in past also in 19th between China and Taiwan. So it's analytical. Yeah. Now it depends on unfathomable says bro. Yeah.
No,
It's
there's
not
nothing
China with
really.
Taliban, it's China with Vietnam, I guess. If I'm wrong, then
Sorry.
correct.
Okay. Okay. Sorry. Yeah. Thank you.
China, Taiwan, USA, Taiwan.
Taiwan. Yeah.
Yeah, Taiwan.
My tongue slips.
Am I allowed to say something? I mean,
Yeah.
no, I'm not a student of this kind of topic. I mean, international politics. So, what I can see here that China has about to unify Taiwan in their mainland, I think, and due to some interest in case of that favors the United States of America, and the internal politics are internal, what to say, like the guidelines are for that interest. Actually, they don't want that Taiwan just get united with China for their own interest or international geopolitics. And one thing, apart from the one thing what I'm observing here, because just we all know that Russia-Ukraine war happening, because the host mentioned about some Cold War to important or just powerful countries like USA and Russia, And current situation, actually, Russia is busy with Ukraine, right? So this side, if China is busy, I mean, if USA, if they are able to just keep USA, China busy in war with Taiwan, so they will gain a lot of interest. I mean, they will rule over this international, in case of international geopolitics, I mean, they will gain their interest so easily. So uh, that was my point in case of this paragraph or editorial. Thank you.
Yeah, you put a very crucial point.
But what I know regarding Taiwan is that they consider themselves actually they don't want to remain with China, because if what we know that in between 1650, like they were under Dutch colony for about 30 years, I guess. And from that, their empire, after the 1895 war, just they went under the Japan. Okay, so after the second oil war, I think from that region and the trade relations that are going on, and their economic overcome, I think, in case of Taiwan. So why would they join? But here is clearly that China will warn that we, if they have China on their side, so they will be supreme, I think. So why would they lose their one vital part in case of trade, in case of, I mean, international geopolitics? So there is no reason. So that's why I think USA is trying to create some trouble due to their own policies, what they are doing for hundreds of years. So that's the main thing, I guess. And Nancy policy. So this is she just landed on Taiwanese land. So that will obviously raise some tensions. By that, they will be busy. If so, military invasion or something like that, or there might they will be they may be in war. I don't know, but it's totally the interest that will that favors the USA, I think.
Yeah, actually, regarding to this editorial, if someone is keen to know about the history of China and Taiwan, I can brief it in 5 minutes.
Okay, and Fatima, you wanna say something?
Yes. So regarding the tone of the article, yes, everyone is correct. It's analytical. Why they are? Because they are just analyzing the crisis that is happening, and in-depth proper analysis has been given about the situation that is happening and what can be the future prospects of it. So analytical would be the tone.
Thank you, ma'am, for clearing it.
I would like to add one point. The main reason why China wants Taiwan is to dominate the South China part of the sea, because 70% of trade of the world is going through that route. So that's why China wants to control that part so that they can impose their own rule regarding that sea area around South China and Indo-Pacific region. So this will hurt mostly America. So that's why they are intervening. That's my point. Thank you.
Yeah, that's a good point. Yeah.
And there's one more thing that I wanted to say, that regarding this editorial session, it happens daily at 11:50 a.m. And if by any chance you guys just forget or you miss it, so there's a YouTube channel of English learners also. where you can just subscribe it and it's daily uploaded there, and you can watch it from there also. It is one of the most fruitful session, I must say. So kindly participate. Thank you so much.